Alright, let's dive into something that's both fascinating and deeply meaningful, the story of Small World Theatre, the company behind the iconic Lord Rhys puppet at the Eisteddfod, and their recent £100,000 funding win. But here's the thing, this isn't just about a big check or a giant puppet. It's about culture, community, and the power of creativity to transform lives. So, let's break it down. First off, what makes this really interesting is the timing. Just as Lord Rhys, this 5-meter puppet representing Rhys ap Gruffydd, the guy who hosted the first recorded Eisteddfod back in 1176, took his final walk across the Eisteddfod Mass, the team behind him got a massive surprise. £99,990 in funding from the National Lottery Community Fund. Personally, I think this is more than just a coincidence. It's a symbolic moment, like the universe saying, hey, you've done something special, and now it's time to keep that momentum going. But let's zoom out for a second. The Eisteddfod itself is a phenomenon. 850 years of celebrating Welsh language and culture. That's insane. And the fact that this puppet, built in Cardigan, the very town where it all began, has been travelling across the landscape Rhys once governed. It's like history coming full circle. What many people don't realise is how much effort goes into keeping traditions like this alive. It's not just about nostalgia, it's about identity, pride, and passing something meaningful to the next generation. Now, let's talk about the funding itself. This money isn't for building more puppets or putting on bigger shows. It's for Amethyst, a project focused on supporting the mental health and well-being of young people through creative work. In my opinion, this is where the story gets truly powerful. We are living in a time where mental health is a crisis, especially among young people. And here's a small theatre company saying, we can help. What this really suggests is that art isn't just entertainment, it's a tool for healing, connection, and resilience. One thing that immediately stands out is the grassroots nature of this work. Catherine Miles, chair of Small World Theatre, called it the cherry on the cake, and she's right. While the Lord Rhys puppet grabbed all the headlines, the real impact is happening behind the scenes, in schools and communities. From my perspective, this is a reminder that big change often starts small. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistent, meaningful work that touches lives one at a time. What makes this even more compelling is the role of the National Lottery players. John Rose, director of the National Lottery Community Fund in Wales, said it perfectly, National Lottery players made both of those things possible. If you take a step back and think about it, this is a story about ordinary people contributing to something extraordinary. Every ticket bought, every pound spent, is helping to keep traditions alive and support young people in need. That's a detail I find fascinating, how small actions can lead to massive collective impact. But here's a deeper question. What does this say about the role of art and culture in society? Personally, I think it's a wake-up call. In a world where funding for the arts is often the first to get cut, this story shows just how vital it is. Art isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It connects us to our past, helps us navigate the present, and gives us hope for the future. And when it's used to support mental health, that's when it becomes truly transformative. So, as we wrap this up, I'm left with a thought. What if every community had something like Small World Theatre? What if every young person had access to creative programs that nurtured their well-being? This raises a bigger question about priorities, funding, and the kind of world we want to build. In my opinion, stories like this aren't just inspiring, they are a blueprint for how we can do better. And with that, I'll leave you with this. What's the one tradition or cause in your community that deserves more support? Think about it. Because, as Small World Theatre and Lord Rhys have shown us, sometimes the most meaningful work happens right under our noses. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Cheers!